Hello, you beautiful faces out there. Yeah, I know that is a big shock to most of you, also towards myself, because here is another reading on the English language. I'm Danish, so English is not my primary language. So I hope that I can make myself somewhat understandable. So yeah, I have not kept my promise, and I'm so sorry, but I have had so many other things to do, moving and a little new dog, and yeah, there have been a lot of life issues that have that has taken a lot of my time. But I'm so far ahead right now with my Danish readings, so I think we will spark ahead and make some English on that English language so that you can enjoy a reading on my channel, or more readings. I will try to make so many as possible, because here in Denmark we have had a beautiful summer, but now it's totally raining all over the place. So why not enjoy my time together with you beautiful faces and make some readings? And the title is Problems with Love. Either it's you towards yourself, your partner, or you have that problem that you are single, and every time you think you have found the right one, everything is rosy, everything is perfect, and suddenly it's all go away. So yeah, let's go and deep dive in why these problems is arising. We have, and I will make it one reading, so there is no timestamps in the description. However, there's links where you can find me outside of YouTube here. That is primary Facebook on my Danish pages and groups. There are also a description about me, very, very small and sparsome, but yeah, you can go down and look for yourself. So, and if you are getting something out of this reading, if my English is okay enough that you can understand it, please throw a like. And if you want more of my readings, then you can subscribe. Yeah, let's see. This is an astro reading. It's spelled on Danish, so there is probably like the A you don't understand, but it's an astro reading. It's like a birth chart with the 12 astrological houses. So yeah, that is what we will be using in this reading about these problems about love. So it will be a sparsome, quick overrun. Because astro reading take a lot of time. Yeah, let's pick a rune, and that will be the main rune for the rest of the reading, because it will set the tone and your underlying problems with love. Okay, you have the Hackler's rune. Sidewards or sideways, I don't know. Don't laugh at me, laugh with me. So let's see here in here. So you always seem to find catastrophic meaning in everything about yourself, about your partner, or about an upcoming relationship. You have the fear of losing, and you have dealt with a lot of pain in the name of love. What is transmission to that you have that you have blockage, that you have I can't remember what it said. Maybe it will come to me later. But you are so afraid of losing that you are empowered by your own pain in the name of love. Then we have the other runes that we will be shuffling, so we can take the Hagaless rune here and put it into these ones about what is going on. And I will put up a warning sign, because I am not the one sugarcoating bullshit. I will say what needs to be said, and it can be rough and it can hurt. So if that's already a challenge for you, then my channel is not one for you. And I will suggest that you leave the reading right now and find another, because yeah, I have no problem of pointing things out that is painful or hurting. So yeah, let's see here. I will pick the cards for the different houses, and the different houses have so many underlying meanings. So, and I will jump a little around. I had that one for this and this for that. To make this reading kind of different, because I have just made the same reading on the Danish language. So if you have seen the one of on my primary language, and also are looking at this one, it will be a bit different. And if you understand English very well and have looked at on both, if you are Dane, then you can drop a comment if you want me to make these kind of readings on the in the way I'm doing it here, in a Danish reading. If that's better or if that's worse, I don't know. You judge. So now we have all the cards laid out, and we will start with you. Because house number 1 is you, how you are showing yourself, what you are giving an impression to others. So let's see here. You have the radio rune. So you give that impression, and also the way you are is that you love to travel, both physical terms and those of lifestyle directions. You love to take a journey or vacation. You don't have a problem with relocation. You love evolution and change of place or settings, seeing a larger perspective. And I think that in itself is causing a lot of problems with the Hagaless rune, because you love your freedom, you love to travel, you love to be free, but at the same time you have catastrophic thoughts and a fear of loss and a fear of pain. But again, I will make this reading a bit different than I have done in the Danish, so I will make crossover reading this time. So comment down below if that's much better, if you understand the Danish. So we will jump right over here to the opposite side, to house number 7, because the house number 7 is the partner or the love, and also how you are expecting and what is the real deal. And you have Othilia. And your deep dive love inside yourself and how you expect others to be is inherited property or possessions, a house, a home, what is truly important to one, group order, group prosperity. So that also is a bit unaligned, because you want to travel, you want freedom, but expect the other partner to stay at home, to embrace the home. And you can't expect that and otherwise be free. And I have a feeling that it's because you have this a fear of loss and fear of pain, that every time your partner or your future partner, or also about yourself, every time they get a little loose, you get over controlling. So that's something you have to work around to find a solution of that one. Then we will go down to house number 2 and look of what you have the need for to feel safe in a relationship. Then you have answers with word. So you have a lack of insight. You have a lack of communication, you have a lack of signals, you have a lack of inspiration, you have a lack of intuition, speech, true vision, power of words and naming, blessing, the taking of advice. So and also house number 2 is your indirect self-worth. So, and that gives so much meaning with the Hagalaz rune, the radio, the Ophelia, and then the answers. Because you are not very good at communicating. You are not very good at setting words on. And when you do it in a way that is blossoming some kind of challenges for the other person and also for yourself. You really want to have the last word, and that's also not a good sign. So therefore you are oblivious to what other people are advising you to. Maybe also this reading, that you blah blah blah, you don't want to hear it, you don't want to take it in, because you are so unsecure about your own communication skills. You don't know what to say and you don't know what to do. And that is your indirect self-worth. That you want other people's thoughts, you want other people's opinions, but you don't want to hear them after all. And that is the more, or also you find some kind of peace when people is lying to you. I think that's a very, very a different task. But let's see here with house number 8, because now house number 8 over cross here is the house of changes. Also it relates to secrets, the unconsciousness. It also relates to some denials, something you have suppressed. So let's see here. Okay, then here you have the weird room with a lack of interconnectedness of the past, present, and future. So you have really big difficulty to take your past and look how it affects you in the present and how to deal with that one in the near future. I think I feel that way. And that's because that your values of your own speech towards yourself and others, you don't make that connection at all. But when we have that, I want to go straight down to house number 3, because house number 3 is our communication house. How we are speaking, how we are thinking. Yeah, so let's see what's is here. Okay, we have Ingvar's room. So the way you are communicating is very with a male power. Ding, 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 you know. Even if you don't believe your own words. You have a really good common sense when you are communicating. You have simple strength. You are communicating in a very loving, caring, and also with a bit of human warmth. It's like when you are communicating with other people, you are at home. And that's why there is a lot of opposites here, because you have really a fear of loss and a fear of pain. Excuse me. Or you have some resistance against others' pain. Despite that you are really well at communicating. I want to go over here and see the house, the 9th house, because that's your own life interpretation. And you have Thieves, the sword room. So you see yourself and you see your life, and you make it and believe and write, and make it a kind of a rule that other people should honor you, have justice for you. You are good at taking leadership and authority. You are very good at analyzing rationality. You are really good at knowing where one's true strength lie. Willingness to self-sacrifice. That is what you are believing. And when we are talking about problems with love, either towards yourself, your partner, or your future relationships, or the failed relationships, you are very, very well taught. And the way you are communicating, the way you are talking towards yourself or towards other people, you kind of demand honor and respect and all that kind of thing. But you have also the minor problems with, sometimes you can really outwards seem a little harsh, because you have to know, you have to think about that what you are giving out, you or no, what you are demanding other people to do, you have to do it yourself. And you have some kind of problem with that, with the Haggler's rune, because you are too controlling, because you really want to have some normalcy, some home, body steady, some kind of thing, and have your freedom in the same term. And also here home, and also here self-sacrifice. So you expect other people also to sacrifice themselves towards your needs. And that is not always something that can be done. You really have to work towards your own willingness to self-sacrifice, despite the fear of loss and the fear of pain. Let's see here where you're coming from with house number 4, because that is relating to your upbringing, your childhood. Okay, and you have the arcanas reversed. So I really think that your upbringing, there have been a lot of lack. There have been quite some misunderstanding, because maybe you have had some, your mother have had some issue with birth giving, but general fertility, both mental and physical, and personal growth, liberation, regenerative power and light of spring, renewal, promise of new beginnings and new growth. So there have been a lot of promises done in your childhood, but none of them has ever fallen through. You have been promised so many things, but every time it came to the final stage, there was nothing. And that will create very, very much pain, and also a desperate fear of losing, and another pain, or when it comes to love, either towards yourself, a partner, or an upcoming relationship. You are always in a catastrophic mode. You always are looking for lack. You are always looking for anything that is out of balance, because of your childhood, because you have experienced so many times that there were so many promises and none of it would ever go through. Let's see here with house number 10, because it's the how does it called, your strive. Is it your strive? How you want to achieve your goals, and how you want to be recognized. Urus, with the primal life force. So every time you are striving towards to achieving anything, you have the physical strength and speed. You have untamed potential. It gives a sign of a time of great energy, health, freedom, energy, action, courage, strength, tenacity, understanding, and wisdom. And I think when it lie upside, crossover from the Bacana, you have really to understand where you're coming from. why the mechanism in you is making things the way they turn out to be. So you have to find your inner strength. You have to find your life force that, despite that you have had this experience in your childhood, is not the way things and other people are generating. And also, I really have a feeling that you are being recognized to be this strong, independent, and really really wise person. That you are being recognized for that, and in that I want to see that. No, I want to say that if you are using your primal power, your primal life force, there is nothing that you can't do. But you have to align your own adventurous style with a future partner, because you can't expect that your partner is a homebud or a home girly and you want to travel, because that will create loss, that will create pain, and it will create resistance all the way through. And now I found the word resistance. So let's see here with house number 5. That is your house of lust, your erotic sides, and how you deal with that. Also, how you are presenting yourself in form of your own interests, your own duties, and your own responsibilities. You have Yera. So you really can harness everything, because in your if we are talking about the spicy sessions, then you have really taught the lesson of earlier efforts that matters, that time of peace and happiness. You find really quite some happiness with spicy sessions. That means a lot to you, because that is making you feel worthy. That is making you feel precious to the other person. And you also, with Yera here, I have a feeling that you are adventurous, also in the spicy session. That you take a big responsibility in to make the spicy session work. But let's see here, from crossover here with the house number 11, how you are influenced, and also how what are your inner dreams and hopes and so on. Fehu. You really want to possess a beautiful, loving relationship, either with yourself, your partner, or your future. You really want the abundance of this relationship. And you also are inspired about your friends, your network, your groups, on how they are thriving in a relationship. And that is also what you dream and hope for. But remember, you have to plant the seeds. You have to nurture your own garden to make things grow, to make things beautiful, so you can harness the beautiful flowers and not only look at it from the outside perspective. We will go over and look in the house number 6, the existence house. So we can look at what your deeper lying needs and wants are. Vunyu. Your deeper lying needs and wants is joy, comfort, pleasure, fellowship, harmony, prosperity, ecstasy, glory, spiritual awakening, but also the possibility of going over the top. And that is where you are in the daily routines, and also when you are about your partner or about yourself or in a new upcoming relationship, then you have the tendency to go over the top because you really want to travel, you really want to your freedom, but you have also the urge that you exactly know where your partner is, and you want a form of control over him or her. So I think really that's something you have to work about. I really don't know the state of that kind of thinking, because it could seem to me that you are a little needy, a little jealous, a little suspicious about everybody that you are trying to let in your inner circle, in your love life. I don't understand why it's necessary, but I can see that for some people that's a very, very, very big issue. But all I see here is that that is something you have to work about. You have to honor, you have to, of course, take a leadership, but not so much that the other person don't have anything to say. They also want to enjoy the freedom together with you, or also separate. It all boils down to a matter of trust. Trusting each other. Exactly know where you have each other. Maybe your homebody is a homebody, and he or she don't want to travel, but they are confident enough and have security enough in you, so you can go travel, you can go all these things. But let's go over to the 12th house. That is the karma, that is your belief, that is your hidden side, the hidden sides of you, secrets, it's memories, it's baggage, deeper consciousness. And you have northeast, or how you are pronouncing it. So, and that is also very aligned with the Hagalaz rune, because it symbolizes delays, restrictions, resistance leading to strength. Can it be innovation, need fire, self-reliance? You have so much self-reliance that you are forgetting the other people, the other person's needs. Distress, confusion, conflict, and the power of the will to overcome them. And that is your karma house. So you have all the power to work with that situation that you are standing in, the resistance, the pain, the fear of loss, all this kind of thing. You have the power in your karma house here. But your baggage is that you are putting too many restrictions up. You are in total distress every time you don't know where the other person is. That is a kind of your baggage that you have from your childhood, because every time you get something promised, it didn't fall through. So, and that in itself, in your deeper consciousness, is leading to these confusions and these conflicts in your problems with love. So, my dear, you really have to work about accepting your flaws, accepting your partner or upcoming partner's flaws. Also, you have to recognize that you don't have to put on words on your values, on what really is important for you, to feel secure. Or you have to really be better at communicating your values and your worries and all out, because you really have some good communication skills, and you really have to learn, because I don't think that is an unique cycle. I think that here is in a cycle that repeats itself again and again and again with this word that is upside down. You have the lack of interconnectedness if in what have happened in the past, what is happening now in the future, especially if it is concerned your love towards yourself or your partner. So, and how you have to change that to get another outcome for your future together. And if you are having problems with with the love of your life right now, with your partner right now, and there is a big issue from him or her towards you, because she's homebody, you like to travel, that is a resistance and a catastrophic communication and all that, you have to leave, okay? Because that's not right. That's not right. And if it happened before, it will happen again. She shall not, and I mean shall not, hinder you in your own growth. So, I hope you understand the reading. I hope that my pronouncement, my thing of, general, my speech, not was too confusing, that it was understandable. Again, you are welcome to drop a comment. But I hope that you got the main issue in this problem. So I hope that you got something out of this reading, that maybe there was something popping up that you wasn't aware about. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck, and take care of you, because you are so important, both to yourself, to other people. So you have to take care of you, and you have to stay safe out there, okay? So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And with that said, then I hope I will see you in the next reading. Bye.